right. Joining us at this point is Peter Maguire, CEO, AustraliaTrading.com. Great to have you, Peter, and thanks for waiting by very, very patiently while we completed that conversation. Peter, things are moving quickly geopolitically. How convinced are you of the kind of talks with regard to the MOU signed between Iran and US? Let's start with that.
Well, good afternoon, Hirsch. I'll tell you what, you've got to take is the value that the market is really, you've got 83.80 for WTI and you've got an 86.40 handle for Brent. So the market's inhaling this and they're saying it's a good news. I feel that you've just got to work through, and we've got a weekend coming up. So let's all hope that by, Monday, Tuesday, that downdraft as far as price is further to the softer side. And the other thing, naturally, that the deal is pretty much done and it's just very much a work in progress. How we move forward from here, the markets are certainly interpreting it as very good news, positive across Asia in as far as equities, and crude, gold's up also about 3% today. So it's, very dynamic, Hirsch.
Absolutely looking good on that front, Peter. Yes, the markets are reading this as a good sign, and you have got oil indices that are seeing a little bit of a cool off. On the flip side, we've once again seen momentum kick back for names like silver and gold. Gold is now above that $4,200 per ounce once again after seeing continued pressure. Do you believe that this is the beginning of a one-way rally once again for gold? Maybe the momentum is not as fast as we've seen earlier for gold and silver, but now do you believe that this is a reversal of the kind of downfall that we were seeing on both of these, gold and silver?
Well, Steve, good to see you, but I think a couple of things. First off, we've got to get through this, the next week or so. I think probably 41.50 was about that bottom. I think, and we achieved that over the last, 36 hours or so. It was a soft downdraft. Everything was sold off, and then all of a sudden, naturally, the talk of this deal is to be congratulated if we get it over the line. Does gold take a leg up from here? Yeah, I would think so, and I think silver will as well. But it's very much early days. The other side, of course, is going to be: is there going to, if there's no disruption to this whole situation, and it's plain sailing, then that's a change of events, and let's just hope that that's the case. And in turn, I think that, the markets will inhale this and they'll rejoice. And I think precious is going to have a nice rally to the upside.
Okay. And Peter, what do you think is going to happen next in terms of this oil trade playing out? Should we work with the assumption that even if there is a resolution on the war front and this MOU goes out and gets signed as is planned, 80 to 90, this range is going to be the new normal for Brent? Or do you believe that there is potential for Brent to fall below 80 as well?
I think Brent will fall below 80. I really do. And I think WTI will probably be about that 75 handle. It may even trend lower. It's just, we've got to get through this. Time will tell, but I think you'll see structural softness across the whole energy complex as long as there's no issues. And that's a hard one to say, as long as there's no issues, because you're dealing with geopolitics. But I think President Trump is certainly on the front foot. What he's come out in the last 36 hours and said, it really changed the whole dynamic. So let's just see whether there's a deal to be done. The deal gets, concreted. And then from there, I think it's going to be very much, softer energy. And that's a good sign. How long this all takes to unwrap, I don't think you do it in a short period of time. And I think it'll take a matter of many weeks, if not many months.
We're going to be keeping our fingers crossed on that one, Peter, and we'll see where this goes from here. Lastly, before we let you go, give us your reading on how you're looking at the 10-year bond yield in the US as well as the dollar index. The dollar index did see a little bit of a correction once this news was out. Where do you think the dollar is headed from here?
Well, that's at 99.72. I just had a look at the screen, and also you have to take into consideration it's weighted about 61% to the euro, that US dollar index, and the other side, Sneaky, that needs to be considered. You also had a rate hike as far as ECB in the last 24 hours. So I think that the US dollar will probably come under a little bit of pressure to the downside. Also, the other side, of course, is 10 years back at 446. It's off that 455 sort of handle. I thought we might even take a 470 out, but it seems to be softer. Let's see where New York trades over the next 12 hours. What is it now? It's 7 o'clock Sydney time. So the market will shut in about 11 hours or so. It's going to be a very dynamic night on New York. I don't think I'm going to get much sleep. So, yeah, strap myself in.
Wishing you a good evening on that note, Peter, and really appreciate you accommodating our request and joining us with your views. Thank you so much for your time, and it's always good to be chatting with you.
Thank you very much, Snehi.
Thank you so much. Okay, viewers, on that note, it's time to slip into a very short break. Just taking a look at what the oil indexes are doing right now, like Peter was mentioning. Brent at 86.4, it's a 4.5% cool off. Oil also at 83.6, that's WTI. Almost 4.6% lower on that one as well. On that note, time to slip into a very short break. More conversations lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.